Let it not be that you are still confused. Let it not be that you are still finding it difficult to do certain things when it comes to trading. I have said this thing and I'll keep saying it. Making money on forex trading is easy, simple, but required little task. And those tasks that are little could be frustrating. So when you don't understand what it means, it may be a devil that you are fighting for, because anything could be your devil. So in this video, I'm about to give you one or two things. See, I have said this thing before. It's easy, and one of the simplest way to do these things is when you understand this. Now, follow this simple instruction for the benefit of a popular request. I'm sorry that I have not been able to maybe be giving out the indicators the way it's supposed to be. So in this one, I'm going to be adding indicators, and please follow me as I'm going to do it now, right here with you now. Please, for you to add indicators to some of my new subscribers or some of my old subscribers who are finding difficult to add indicators, you have to follow this arrow, F sign, right? Follow the F sign. When you touch it, these things I'm about to show you now is some of the indicators we're going to be using. Look at the trend. You will see moving average. I'm going to add my moving average. If I add my moving average, I'm going to be using moving average 21. But before the moving average 21, I will be adding moving average 10. Apply to shift 0. Apply to close. I don't think it's necessary to be explaining the importance of those things, but if you need those things, you can come to mentorship class. I will explain those things to you. So why is it not 20? Why is it not 21? Why is it not 50? To some of us who don't know, that is a sense of this thing. So if you put it, you close it, it will come over to this place. Now you have the white 10 moving average. You go back to the same place again. You'll now see a main chart. If you look at the screen, you will see the main chart. So once you see the main chart, what you need to do is to touch the F plus again. This time it's now F plus at the main chart. Once you touch it, you now go back to the same moving average. But even if you don't want to add the moving average, that you want to add any other indicators on your main chart, you still have to touch that. So I'm adding another moving average. I'm going to be adding 21. So you touch the period, you shift this thing and clean it and put 21. Then how would you identify it? You identify it by changing color. So let me say I want to use red now. So as I use red, the pixel, this thing is the size of the pixel, just like a picture. The size of the pixel is the size of the line you will see. So I like to see it clearly. Not that not that I have eye problem, no, but I want to make it clear. So now I have these two moving averages on my listing. I don't joke with, so I have to add another moving average, which is moving average 200. Moving average 200, and this time I'm going to make it this, I don't know the color we'll call it. So I use it to fish out the change of trend in the market. Now I go back to the same place. If you look at the screen now, if you look at this place now, watch this place. If you look at this place now, you will discover that that place is F plus. So now for you to add your trade again, if you touch that place now, it will bring you out these things, which means that, look at it, you are still on the you're still on the main chart. Check this place. Watch here, this place is main chart. You will see it there, it's main chart. So you touch this place. If you touch that F plus, you now look for RSI. That RSI is relative strength index. Like you hear some people say ROVI, which is relative vivo this thing, Vigo index. All right. So I'm taking RSI, relative strength index. And let me remind us that relative strength index is a divergence stuff. So now you look at the levels. So here I'm going to use only but one, but in the case of this video I'm going to be using 14. But in this 14 is for you to see a move. But when you don't want to see the move, let me add it so that you will see first. That 14 I added is the moving line at the center here. This thing you are seeing here now, is the line. All right, so this is the line. So I'm doing this based on the request that people have been chatting me up, asking me to be easy when I should teach them how to add indicators. So that's why I'm slow to explain these things to you. Now once you add this thing like this, I'm not going to be using this 14, so I have to remove it. I don't need it, so I have to remove and allow only but one. So when you have one, you now check at your levels. If you check the levels, this thing is removable. If you just touch it, let me show you. If you touch it, if you touch this thing like pen here, you touch the delete button. If you touch the delete button, you mark this thing. These things here are deletable. You can delete it. Then you can now come back to that plus sign and touch it. If you touch it, it will give you those things. So you now start adding back to these things. Like normally when trading on this thing, the normal default is 70-30, but here we'll add 90. You can add 10. You can add 80 for the first move. You can now add 20. Then this place, if you make it 1 pixel, you can change this thing to any color of your choice, just to make sure that it will show in that place. Look at it. You get that now? So to some people, like I always say here, you need to add 50. You need to add 50. So how do you add that 50? You still go back to that place. Now you can now see indicator window 1. So that indicator window 1, if you touch the plus sign, if you touch the plus sign, you don't need, if you touch the plus sign, which is you want to add something else, but here, if you touch this place now, if you touch the relative strength index, you now go to the same here, that thing that looks like a pen, and add the plus sign. You can now add 50. If you add 50, you just like editing it, you now come back and say done. Do you see the line has added? Then outside this thing, you can still go back to it. Maybe the dot there you don't like it, just add a pixel, which is 2 like this. If you add it, have you seen how we get all those things? It's simple. Okay, now I will be adding MACD. I'll be adding MACD. So in this MACD, I'll be taking this one, fast EMA. I'll be adding 13. Make this one 24. Sorry, I'll make this one 24. All right, so in these things you're seeing here now, if you make this one white, when you add up like this, you will see these things you are seeing here now. The white is the background, the red is the line. So but I don't want this line to be red, to be white, so I have the right to change it to gold and make the line to be more tiny and use the bold red line to cover it. I can change this one to more simpler thing like this. Do you see it? So I can use this thing to cover it, so to help me identify this thing. It's very simple. Okay, I still have thread running. All right, I still have my thread running. Look at it. I still have my thread running. So the market was on $87 when I entered trade. Today is on $114. Okay, so this is how we trade. We don't struggle to do some things these days, because when you understand what the market is saying, you can place your trade and go to bed and sleep. At the end of the day, you check your market and close with profit, even with your SL, your sell limit, and your stop loss and whatever. So that is how we roll. So based on this thing now, the next thing you can add to help you If you still need something else just to help you, you can still. Now you want to add another moving average on that window one. So you go to the F plus on the window one. If you touch it, you touch the moving average, you can now use one, or even if you use 4 here now, is good. 5 is good. Just the period is just to help you identify. But since it's something you'll be seeing in a daytime, so add you have to add the day, which is 1. So once you have it, this is what you will see. Do you see it? This is what you will see. Now in this particular video, the moving average is complete now. Now how do you trade? The zoom level, like I always say, is zoom level 2 to trade. Don't use bold zoom level because it will confuse you. The market is still spiking. So don't use a bold zoom level. It will confuse you if you are not serious. Now in this video, how do you enter your trade in case you want to do scalping? Now for scalpers, once this thing, watch the green line below. So let me just remove the MACD entirely so that you will get it straight. Do you see? This is how we roll. We don't struggle to make these things. Now, and let me change this thing is too light. This thing is too light. I don't like it the way it is. It's too shiny. Yes, good one. Now, anytime you see this green line touch 10 levels on your window, window 1, which is your RSI, please, anytime you see these things, you go to your 5-minute time frame and check and see the position of the trade. If the position of the trade is showing that this thing has reached to resistance levels, or the price action is going to change, then go to your 1-minute time frame and enter your trade. Remember that this indicator you are seeing here now, everything that has to do with spike or scalping responds to the higher time frame. Now let's go to the crash. Now anytime this thing touches 10 levels here, if this thing touches 10 levels, you take 5 candles and you're out of the market. If it touches 10 levels, you're out of the market. If it manages to cross like this, the 21 to 10 moving averages has crossed below the 200 moving average, you enter your trade. This is how simple it is. All right, then why did I even needed the moving the MACD at the initial time? I needed it so that it can help you to understand the little move of the market. Yes, that is what MACD can do for you. It can help you to identify the little move of the market. So with this thing now, you can say, okay, yes, the horoscope is up, the histogram is up. So since this thing is done like this, since it has touched this place now, it's giving you a sign that it's going to move up like this. So this is why we need MACD, because it helps us to, the histogram helps us to understand the move of the market. So this is how simple the market is, and when you follow those things, it helps you to identify the trade, and you'll be able to enter your trade without missing target. Okay, so remember that my name is GDFS. If you still need mentorship, I am always free. Remember that it's not free. It's not free because I don't do free business. All the people that have tried to trend free, they never take it for they all took it for granted. So I know what it took me to be here. I know how much I spent. I know the pains I passed through. And to some of the people that I'm mentoring who are yet to make it, please don't give up on yourself. And some of you that would deposit money, when I give you assignment to trade on your demo, you go and use your live trade, you are still a student. Okay, you are still a student, you are still learning. I know that you have responsibilities. I know that there are things on your shoulder that you need to lay off. So while you are trying to make the money and you're losing the money, what is the essence of it? Some will go and borrow money to trade and you lose the same money that you borrowed. Some will borrow $500, some will borrow $1,000, and you use it to trade and you lose it. When you lose the same money, you now look for a mentor. And when you get the mentor, you now want the mentor to bear the consequences of all your losses. No. So when you have that thing, you have to beg somebody to give At least you submit to the person. Let the person help you. Let the person help you. I'm telling you what I know. I've been there. I don't think that there is anybody who can hear me that I've lost money more than I did before. But these days I don't struggle. Look at my trade. Look at it. This is how life is. So if I withdraw this money now, it's something added to the ones. And I look at it, I even though that I have this amount, I still don't have a 10 to $1 this thing lot size. I still use the smallest lot size. Crash 500 can still provide. That is how simple life should be. You must not enter trade and maybe you use maybe you have $500. You now start trading with $5 at a stretch, and you're doing scalping. One spike can take you out of the market. This is just a little advice I have to give you. All right. So instead of you to do this thing, and to all my students, please hear me this thing. Hear me now. I will be having a live trade, and the caption of the live trade is on discipline to enter trade. Discipline on forex trading. That is what we'll be discussing. So please feel free, make out time, as I'll be sending you the Zoom link to join when the date will be fixed. Please make sure you will follow. And I want to thank you, my beautiful subscribers. Without you, GDFS is nothing. That you are there is why I'm here. Thank you so much. And you that are watching now, check your screen. If that button is still red, please touch it. Your subscription gives us encouragement, and whenever we watch and see our channel grow, it means that people are being impacted. Some are enjoying it, some are yet to enjoy it, but just a little patient with us, you will still make it. My name is GDFS, and honestly, I love you. Try out this thing on your demo and see how simple it is. And if you need a request, you can drop your request on your this thing. Just drop your request and we'll gladly receive it. Thank you.